What's up guys, Spin Firearms here, sort of a little makeshift video, but it sort of has to do with, what's going on in my life and so on. We're going to talk about traveling with a firearm, but not only just traveling, but flying with a firearm. I actually received some comments about a week ago when I made a video about this handgun right here, talking about how it is the best handgun to travel with and why. And he said, oh, you mean drive, right? And I said, drive or fly. If you are a legal gun owner, you can fly with your handgun to all 50 states legally. You just have to follow the state laws once you're there. And before you get started, hit the like button, drop a comment down below, and subscribe. We will be mag checking and safety clearing these firearms. Empty. Then got the Ruger Max 9 here. Empty as well. Now, I actually made a mistake this time, and it's actually very crucial that you do things the right way. Something that I've noticed is if you use a backpack at home for a bug out bag or an everyday carry bag, do not travel with that bag. There are times your brain will slip, you'll forget about a secret compartment, a secret pocket, a secret knife, and you'll end up going to that airport, and even though they're pretty understanding with knives and stuff like that, they still toss them unless you have someone who can come pick it up. So I avoid using my everyday carry bag, and I start fresh with a separate travel backpack. I understand if that doesn't make sense for you, but that's just how I do it to ensure that I don't get caught up at the airport with anything I shouldn't have. The other thing is just knowing the laws. Knowing the laws of the state that you're going to, the state you'll be traveling through, and on top of that, the laws of the airport, as well as the rules from the planes or the flight company themselves, right? So Delta, Southwest, whatever the case may be, they all have a little bit different rules, but generally if you pack it this way, you're good to go. And like I said, it's very easy to travel with a firearm. I went to Hawaii, which is an anti-firearm state. It's crazy. In order to shoot at the local range, they told me I had to contact the Attorney General if I want to shoot pistols. I mean, it's crazy, but you can still travel there with a firearm, keep it in your resort, and have it as home defense type thing, right? So let's get into it. I know Vaultec is expensive, right? Cullen Noir sells it and other companies sell it. Vaultec is expensive, but it is worth it. Versus getting an $80 safe, $110 safe to travel with, no, it is worth it. I think this package right here cost me about $150 to $200, but it was the best money I've ever spent. This has lasted me years, never had a single issue with it. It is TSA compliant, which is huge. That basically means they are locked out from this safe, but you have access to it. That's how it doesn't really make sense, but that's how you're supposed to fly. And if they really have to, there's a little like tiny key that they can use to break into it, whatever the case may be. But if you pack your stuff right, you'll be fine. It also came with this bag, and this bag is actually one of the best bags that you could possibly have for a trip. Now, I have the smaller pod. I think it's called the Life Pod. I have the smaller version of it, but I still usually can get 2 small handguns, a couple backup mags, and that's about all I need. But in here, as you can see, what's nice about this is if you're going somewhere where you're wearing a bathing suit, less clothing, whatever the case may be, you can use this as a holster or something to hold your firearm, right? If you're walking around in just a bathing suit with your shirt off and your bathing suit's wet, you're not going to be pocket carrying. You're going to want something, so you put it in the bag. So it's almost like a 2-for-1. You can carry with this on the front, and you can also bring your safe with you. But the way it works is you have to check your luggage. So you have to check your luggage in when you get there. It cannot go on the flight with you, obviously. But inside your luggage, I usually put a little lock on the outside of my luggage. I would recommend doing that. You don't have to, but I definitely recommend it. I actually worked at the airport for a little bit during a point in my life, and I saw how crazy the airport is. Lock your luggage. Anyways, this safe goes separate. It can be in this bag, no problem. So I put this in here and in my bag. Now, the flight company that I flew with allows 11 pounds of ammunition. For reference, this is about 5. This is all I brought. 2 100 round boxes of Federal, some decent ammo, and that's about 5. So I could have brought 400 to 500 rounds. And I also brought just 1 box of Hornady Critical Duty. I really like this ammo. It's a tack driving ammo, 135 grain, 9mm. A little heavier than your average 9mm ammo, but it's a tack driver when you shoot it compared to some of these other hollow points. So I love it. That ammo cannot go anywhere near this box. It cannot go in the box. It has to be in your luggage, but separate from this. So what I do, I just take it, put it under some clothes, leave it, it's good to go. This right here can be anywhere in your luggage, but it has to be locked up. And what I like about this is you have these clips, so once you close it, you just clip it, and then you press the lock button. To open it, you press the middle button, type in your code, and it opens. And it's a really, really nice safe, and it does bend a little bit if you pack a little too much, which I have before. But anyways, the way it has to be packed, right? The way I did it this time, I believe, was something like this. Your magazines have to be removed. And I forgot how I did it, but I just laid these in here somehow. Something like that. As you can see, I am overpacking it, but it does flex a little bit, and it does close up. I put a little too much in there this time, but it is what it is. Normally I would just travel with one, but the reason for that is I wanted to do more testing on the Max 9. My main carry was going to be my Glock 43. The problem with that is I forgot my holster. So I didn't have my holster for this handgun or this setup when I got out here, and it was sort of frustrating because I knew I'd never find a Glock 43 holster that takes a TLR6. So this handgun has been my everyday carry since I've been out here. And this is why, because this is the only thing. I've actually found it in the front pouch of there, and so I've been using that. It's actually worked fine. I got a good amount of rounds through this, not a single issue, and it shoots the Hornady Critical Duty or Critical Defense. So anyways, that's how you would load up all that stuff. So that's that safe. That's how you'd load up your handguns. All magazines completely out. Handguns, however you can fit them. If you have the larger one, you can bring 3 pistols. You can bring 4 pistols. I tend to bring 1 or 2. Usually it's my Glock 26 or Glock 27. But because of the warm climate, I wanted something light, something ported, something fast. But because I forgot my holster, I've been carrying my Max 9, and it's actually been just fine. But anyways, next thing we're going to talk about is I brought this light with me. I like having a handheld light on me. I use them a lot for work. I bring them everywhere. And this is from Wuben, W-U-B-E-N, the best lights you'll get your hand on. They're built like tanks. They're rechargeable, have an awesome clip on them. I mean, they fit, pivot, move to the side, left and right. So I brought this with me as well. And honestly, this is all you need. Chances are, if you're traveling, you're going to be in an area that's somewhat safe or decent. I carry everywhere I go still. Doesn't matter whether it's in the bag, whether it's in my appendix, in my pocket, whatever the case may be, it stays on me regardless of where I'm at. The 3 things you need to make sure that you don't do. 1 is have magazines in your firearms. They need to look like this. 2, ammo has to be 100% away from anything firearm related. So if your firearm's in here, put your ammo opposite side of your luggage. You're good to go. It just has to be away from this. And then 3 is plan out your trip. Make sure you bring defensive ammo. Make sure you bring the right holster, like I forgot. Make sure you bring a handgun that's reasonable for the climate and the area you're going. You're not going to be walking around with a Glock 45 in 80-degree weather. That just would make no sense. You would print like crazy and so on. So even though I didn't want to carry this, even though I didn't consider it 100% carry ready, it has a decent amount of rounds through it, and I brought more to shoot through it while I'm out here. But this has actually been my primary carry since I've been out here, simply because this is all I had. But I'm making it work. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope that helps you fly. Thanks for watching.